A major winter storm is about to strike the United States, and it's about to cause huge problems. A bunch of snow and extreme cold is set to impact the United States over the next few days, but some areas will be hit harder than others. It all starts today, as a large Arctic blast is gearing up to bring extreme cold to the eastern tier of the United States. This polar plunge will bring life-threatening cold, shattering temperature records for millions of people. But the bigger story is the large winter storm, and this could dump some of the most snowfall that we've seen in some areas since 1989. This winter storm will begin in the Gulf and make its way up to the East Coast, posing a risk of significant snowfall tomorrow and Sunday. This storm will rapidly intensify and become a bomb cyclone, which means snowfall rates and winds will rapidly increase late Saturday and early Sunday. If this winter storm takes the right track, it could dump over a foot of snow across the East Coast, with rare snow possible in Florida tomorrow night. So in today's forecast, I'm going to break down exactly what you need to know about this dangerous winter storm that is about to slam the United States. Now, over the next couple of days, we are going to experience one of the most intense Arctic blasts that we've seen over the last year in the United States, and on top of that, we are going to have a winter storm threat for parts of the country. So let's talk more about it, and this is what it looks like right now. We have a large Arctic air mass that is sitting across the Midwest and the Northeast, and believe it or not, this is the same Arctic air that brought our last winter storm this past weekend, and it's basically recycling right now, and as it continues to twirl, it's about to unleash some extremely cold air back down into the southern plains and the southeast. So once we go into tonight and early tomorrow, you can see this bright white area here. That is the most intense part of our Arctic air mass, and that is going to surge down into the southeast, and it's going to bring some very cold air to areas like Georgia, the Carolinas, Alabama, and then by Sunday, we will have some extreme cold back over into parts of Florida. So we are going to see some very cold air across these areas as we go into tomorrow and Sunday, and for many of you, you will be waking up to record-breaking cold for this time of the year. In fact, over 100 temperature records are expected to be broken over the next 5 to 7 days. So this will be a very intense Arctic air mass, and then eventually by the beginning and early portion of next week, things will improve a little bit back over in the southern plains and the southeast, but another shot of cold air is likely during the middle of next week. So winter is only continuing to get worse for millions. And in just a moment, we'll talk more about that Arctic cold that'll be impacting a large chunk of the country over the next several days, but I do want to talk more about that winter storm threat that is growing along the East Coast, and this is going to begin tonight and go all the way into Sunday. So beginning with tonight, we already have some light to moderate snow that is beginning to fill into parts of Kentucky and West Virginia. This picture here is around 6 o'clock though tonight, and we'll have some light snowfall across the Appalachian Mountains and back into southern Virginia. While that's happening, a low pressure system will come out of Florida and move up the coast as we go into late tonight and early tomorrow morning. It's going to be a very broad area of low pressure, so this is not a very intense storm by any means as of right now. In fact, it really will not be an intense storm at any point Saturday morning either. However, as this low pressure system makes its way closer to the Carolinas by Saturday morning, we will have a little bit more organization with the low pressure center, but more than anything, moisture is going to start to really pull here out of the northwest, and we are eventually going to start to see some moderate and heavy snow bands set up across North Carolina, South Carolina, even back over into Georgia. We are expecting snowfall to increase in coverage. One interesting thing I want to point out is that we could have some light snowfall in areas like central Tennessee, even back into southern Alabama Saturday morning, and some of this could be lake effect snow. Yes, lake effect snow is possible on some of the lakes back over in Alabama and Tennessee on Saturday, which is actually crazy. We're usually talking about lake effect snow up here, which we will be seeing that this weekend over Lake Michigan, but again, this is a lot of these lakes over here in Tennessee and Alabama are so tiny, but we could actually get some lake effect snow in those areas, so something to keep in mind. And once we get past sunrise, the snowfall coverage will begin to increase across the Carolinas, Georgia, and eastern Tennessee. We will have a lot of pockets of heavy snowfall, especially setting up over in far eastern North Carolina near Cape Hatteras,